Welcome dear friends. Today's topic is why ATP is considered as high energy compounds. You all know that ATP is energy currency of the cell and it can be used for various cellular reactions. So today's lecture is all about the ATP and why it acts as high energy compound. That means why the free energy change in with respect to ATP is more than 30 kilojoule per mole. Let's see. You all know that our body has two types of reactions, that is exergonic reactions and endergonic reactions. The exergonic reactions are those reactions which has or which require or which liberate large amount of energy. So that type of reactions is known as exergonic reactions, and the reactions which require energy or energy can be supplied for the reaction from outside or from surrounding, then such reactions are known as endergonic reactions. In body, when exergonic reactions are performed, lot of amount of energy is liberated, and that amount of energy is stored in the form of ATP. Then this energy is supplied to the endergonic reactions, because endergonic reactions require energy, and that's why the energy is supplied in the form of ATP. Means exergonic reactions in the body which synthesize ATP, and endergonic reactions in the body which utilizes the ATP. So ATP is known as energy currency of the cell. ATP, if you see the structure of ATP, you will find there is adenine structure plus pentose sugar structure plus 3-phosphate group. So if you go through the structure of ATP, you will find that is the adenine, pentose sugar, that is the ribose one, and 3-phosphate group. The importance of energy transformation is due to the presence of 3-phosphate group in the ATP structure. If we see the breakdown of ATP, it breaks down as ATP is converted into ADP and one inorganic phosphate compound, or ATP is converted into AMP, adenine monophosphate, and two inorganic phosphate. That means there are two ways of breakdown of ATP. In every step you will find that is lot of amount of energy. In this case, that is near about minus 30.5 kilojoule per mole, and in this case it is more than that. So overall ATP act as high energy compound. Mainly in examination there are two questions which are always asked in the examination, that is why ATP act as high energy compound, or why ATP shows high delta G0 value. The answer of this question remains same. Let's see. If ATP breaks into ADP and inorganic phosphate, it will liberate, or the free energy change is minus 30.5 kilojoule per mole. But if we see that is the glucose 6-phosphate and that breaks into glucose plus inorganic phosphate, here is one inorganic phosphate is liberated, and here also one inorganic phosphate is liberated, but the amount of energy liberated varies because the delta G0 value of this reaction is just minus 13.8 kilojoule per mole. Though it has only one inorganic phosphate liberated from the structure, and it also has only one inorganic phosphate liberated from the structure, the energy liberation difference, or that is delta G0 value, differs a lot. So we consider ATP as high energy compound but not glucose 6 phosphate. Glucose 6 phosphate is considered as low energy compound. The reason for become a high energy compound as far as ATP is concerned are three. That is, its degree of ionization. Its degree of ionization matters a lot to act as a high energy compound. Second one is electrostatic repulsion. That is also important reason to become high energy compound. Then third one is resonance stabilization. So these are the three reasons because of that the ATP is act as high energy compound. Let's see first, that is degree of ionization.